morning, dear students. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you for completing this semester so successfully. Okay, I know that you are not here for your wishes or any other thing, but for your important questions. Within a couple of days, you are going to write the exams. You will be in a panic condition. Don't be so excited. You can write the exams very easily, and I will discuss with you now the first topic, Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, latest amendment 2017, and don't forget to write about the COVID rules relating to limitation because that is the latest situation. As per COVID rules, this limitation act is not applicable presently. So keep it in your mind and note and Betty at the end, whenever anything relating to limitation you are writing, there you mention about this and particularly for check bounce matters. Okay, now let us start the topic. What is meant by negotiable instrument? Negotiable instrument means any instrument which can pass on the title very easily by hand from one person to another person. Yes, by simple endorsement or by simple delivery, title is going to be transferred from one person to another person. If at all there is a defect in the person who is passing on the title to the other person, then the defect also will be passed. Then there may be some problems. Otherwise, it is an absolute transfer. So you must be very careful in handling the negotiable instruments. And section 4 deals with promissory note, whereas section 5 deals with bills of exchange. These two topics which I want to discuss now. First one, what is a promissory note? What is a bill of exchange? In this also confusing ఉంటుంది కదా. The simple reason behind that confusion is the major difference you are not going to understand between a promissory note and a bill of exchange. Both are promises, but not from the same person. One is a promise and the other one is a order. Promissory note is a promise made by a person who is receiving the money from the creditor. After receiving the money from the creditor, he is promising that he is going to repay the amount on so and so date without any further demands or any conditions. Unconditional acceptance of liability, and he is ready to repay either on demand or on any date mentioned in the promissory note. And from that date, the liability for the promissory note or bill of exchange will start, and it will be for 3 years. After 3 years, 3 days grace period will be given to file a case in the court, and there won't be any limitation, delay condonation in these cases. It will be barred by a limitation. Your right is not going to be continued if you fail to file the case within the limitation period. Okay. When it comes to bill of exchange, it is an order by a person to some third party where he states that pay so and so amount to so and so person on demand. So when you are commanding somebody to pay the amount, that person also must accept. Suppose I am sitting here and if X comes to me and he asks me to pay 10 lakh rupees, and then immediately if I want to pay, I will pay. If I don't want to pay, I am not going to pay. My decision purely. But if when he is asking me to pay the amount, if I direct some third person to pay this amount, that third person's acceptance is also required. So, in the first case, that is in the promissory note case, when two persons, a creditor and a borrower are there, their borrower is saying that he is ready to pay the amount on demand. There is no need of, absolutely no need of any third person's acceptance. But when it comes to a bill of exchange, creditor, borrower, and a third person also there. And this borrower is saying that pay so and so amount to creditor, and whether the third person is going to accept it or not. Unless and until the third person also is going to accept, this document is not valid. Hence, when there is, if there is no such order to any third person, he himself is going to execute that bill of exchange, and he himself is signing on the document in some capacity or the other, then it is okay. If not, he is going to direct somebody to pay the amount to the creditor. Hence, that somebody's signature acceptance is also compulsory for the bill of exchange. If three persons will be there in a bill of exchange, in promissory note only two persons are there. Sometimes in bill of exchange లో కూడా ఈ డ్రాయర్ ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో పర్సన్ దట్ పర్సన్ హీ హిమ్సెల్ఫ్ మే బి ద యాక్సెప్టర్ ఆఫ్ ద బిల్ దెన్ దేర్ విల్ బి నో ప్రాబ్లం. But if he is direct, for example, check flow what you are doing, it is a kind of bill of exchange only. You are directing a bank to pay the amount to the holder of the check. So when you are doing so, acceptance from the bank is also required. If the bank is accepting it, there will be absolutely no problem. When the bank is not going to accept your demand, then the check is going to be returned. And what is the reason for this return of the check? Bank is not accepting because you are not a holder of any account in the bank. First one. Second one, because the signature is not tallying. Certain conditions, if you observe some people, they will go on signing in a different way in different papers in different conditions. That person may forget how he did the signature in his bank account. Therefore, if he sign on the check in a different way, then if the banker gets a doubt, he needs a clarification, he will stop the payment. And in some other conditions, there may be some major significant alterations in the check which may create a kind of doubt or suspicion in the mind of the banker. Hence, banker is going to stop the check. And in some other cases, after uh, losing the check at some place or the other, when the party note holder owner of the check comes to know that his check is misplaced at some place or some other thing is happened to the check, or after issuing the check, he noticed that the person who is receiving the check from him is a fraudulent person. Like this, there will be different reasons because of which the person who issued the check himself is going to that particular bank and give instructions to them that the check is not going to be accepted at any cost. Please return the check. Then it is valid. He can do it. When there is a sufficient reason, their bank can reject the check. If without any sufficient reason, without any instructions from the party, even though amount is there in the account, if bank rejects to pay the amount, then bank is liable for negligence. And in other cases, where there is insufficient of funds, their bank will return the check and also issue a memo stating that there are no sufficient funds. You verify when the bank mentions the reasons, you verify whether those reasons are coming under sections 138 to 142 of Negotiable Instrument Act or not. If at all they are coming, if there is any fraudulent intention on on behalf of the party in misleading the bank or the party, or if there is no sufficient funds, then you are at liberty to lodge a complaint. For recovery, you can file a civil case. Apart from that, you can lodge a complaint before a magistrate stating that so and so person cheated me as per the sections 138 to 142, and that complaint can be lodged under 200, section 200. For this check bounce matters, the most important thing which you are supposed to do is present the check in the proper bank. After presenting the check, when it is returned by the bank, ask them to issue the check return memo and ask them to mention the dates and all other details specifically, because all the promissory negotiable instruments key, the base is time limit. Therefore, dates must be very clear in all these documents. Whenever there is any ambiguity relating to the dates or other things, your burden will be very heavy. You have to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt before the concerned authorities. Hence, you must be careful. Okay. Therefore, when the next thing, you have to issue a notice to the other party immediately after receiving the check return memo, keep them with you and issue a notice to the person who is a defaulter within 30 days of receiving the check return memo. And after receiving the check return memo, count చేసుకుని 30 days 1, 2, 3, because February, March, April, different months, dates will be there in that in different months. So, and in which month you are giving the checks చూసుకుని 1, 2, 3, 30 days count చేసుకుని within that 30 days issue a notice to the other party. And after receiving the notice, from the date of receiving the notice, within 15 days, if that person successfully comes forward to pay the amount and if he repays, then there is no case at all for you. If at all that other party rejects to repay the amount, then he may either be silent or he may give a reply to you. Verify what he is doing. Irrespective of his response, wait for 15 days from the date of receiving of the notice by that party, and after 15 days, count 1 month again. Within that 1 month period, file a case against that person before the magistrate. And after filing the case is going to be numbered when you show the originals to the court, and the person will come to the court. Inka trial normal just like all the other cases will be completed. And here, because of the amendment of 2017, a compensation will be paid to the parties by the court. Apart from that, in the beginning stage itself, bond తీసుకుని court is insisting the parties to pay the amounts. Sureties కింద అమౌంట్స్ కట్టమని ఇన్సిస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. టూ షూరిటీస్ తీసుకుంటారు. ఇట్ మే బి 20% of the total cost or it may be some other amount. Discretion of the judges will be there. So, and parties demand కూడా ఉంటుంది. మనం how we are demanding, how the other, to which extent court is believing you, all these things, basing on all those things, whenever you are representing something before a court, depending on your presentation, you are going to get the relief. Therefore, whatever may be your presentation, sureties will be furnished by the party, then the trial will start. Previous లాగా కాకుండా తర్వాత after completion of the case, court may direct that person to pay double the amount as a compensation to the party. When court is directing like this, automatically either he will pay the amount or he will go to jail. So there is a possibility of receiving the money from that person. Previously, this compensation is not there as per the check check bounce cases. Therefore, you will file a civil case before the court for recovery of the money under Order 7, Rule 2. When you are filing a civil suit for Order 7, Rule 2, there civil CPC provisions will be applicable. Again, ఇలాగే ఇక్కడ క్రిమినల్ కేసు ఫైల్ చేసినట్టే, basing on the amount of the uh, check or promissory note, you will issue a notice and then you will start the case file చేసినప్పుడు what you are going to do is civil proformalo plaintiff description, later defendant description, తర్వాత contents, prior verification, all these things. So you will file the case, notice will be given to other party as usual the procedure. So ikkada, then why I am saying it is CPC and why I am saying it is a criminal case ante, I noticed your question papers where they are mentioning that draft a model negotiable instrument. ఇక్కడ మోడల్ నెగోషియబుల్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ఒక డ్రాఫ్ట్ ఏ నెగోషియబుల్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ అనగానే which instrument you have to draft. If it is a check bounce case, if it is a it is a criminal petition. If it is a promissory note, it is a civil case. So keep these two things in mind. And if at all he mentioned that draft a suit and draft ఇచ్చాడు మా క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్లో. If he gives a suit, then write about Order 7, Rule 2, CPC ప్రొవిజన్స్లో మోడల్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ చేసి చూపించండి. ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ హీ ఈజ్ సైలెంట్, ఏ వర్డ్ మెన్షన్ చేయకపోతే, select either criminal petition or civil petition. Most probably, I am asking you, whenever it is a CPC question, prefer only promissory note civil case, because civil lo criminal question adagaru kabatti. And whenever it is coming under Banking Act, banking lo important aspect check bounce kabatti, give preference to check bounce matters in the banking subject. Okay, by applying your common sense like this and put a note there, whatever may be your common sense, to enable the examiner to understand what you are writing. There you mention that so and so things are there, according to which I am answering. Okay, now next topic.